Good afternoon, everybody. Ron here, the Polish Pickle. I've been teaching classes out at Blue Marsh Lake and recreation area to field trips from the different schools, usually second, third graders. I have had first graders already, but they're a little bit too hyperactive and they don't grab what I'm saying. But I'd like to take you through the first 10 to 15 minutes of the class that I give to them, which everybody should know. So when they walk in, I greet them at a real loud, "Good morning, class!" And I get this sort of half-butt answer, "Good morning." Well, that's when I explain to them that I'm retired Army. "Good morning, class!" at the top of my lungs, and I finally get them to answer. That way I know they're awake and we start having fun. Now, this is really a water safety class, but I won't get into that. That's a whole different subject. I want to talk to things that I talk to them about for their own safety. So let's talk about ticks, spiders, and snakes. I explained to them that when the 120 of them get off their school buses, all the deer in the area say, "Kids are here, take off." And they're probably located up in the Adirondacks of New York. They run as fast as they can. So I explained to them that first I'm going to talk about ticks and what they should do and what happens. Here in Pennsylvania, we have two that are pretty bad for you. I'm not talking type of tick, I'm not talking size of the tick, I'm talking about the diseases that they can give you. First one, everybody's heard about Lyme disease. Pretty bad here in Pennsylvania. We also have a second disease now that's becoming pretty prevalent, and you have to be very careful, and it's Powassan. Yes, Powassan. We call it POW. The Lyme disease tick buries into you and could give you a bullseye target on your skin. But that's not necessarily true. Some people will never get the bullseye. Some people will get it immediately. But here's the bad part about the Lyme disease tick. It could affect you anywhere from 2 days to 10 years. Now, I received a tick bite under the armpit. I had the wife pull it out. Didn't trust it. Looked like there was still a spot in there, which could be the head. And if you don't get the whole tick, the head is what causes the bacteria to get into your body. So you want to get it all out. So I immediately went over to the doctor's place over here, had them check it out, and he gave me 1,000 milligrams of antibiotic. Had to take them that night with a meal. And he said, "We're just playing it safe. We want to give you a better chance of not getting one of the diseases." The Powassan tick, the one that carries Powassan, can affect you in 15 minutes. They don't even have all the stories on the Powassan tick yet. You can look it up on Google. It's pretty bad. It'll make you sick. It'll make you sicker than the Lyme disease, and it could kill you. So could Lyme disease, but you're going to feel like you had the flu with that. With this one here, it affects you pretty fast. It affects your internal organs. So what I beg the kids to do, and you, if you happen to be out in the woods and get a tick bite or a tick buried in you, number one, get it out. They sell these little tick things that you can hook on the tick and pull it out. There's also different ways of doing it. Vaseline, we've all heard that. You put a Vaseline and the tick will back out. But by then he's already bit you. Tweezers, make sure you get the whole tick out and then get to a doctor. Take the tick with you if you can. And we're talking about the ones that are the size of a head of a pin, all the way up to those that are about the size of a half of a dime. So if you see a tick, if it's buried in you, get to a doctor, explain how long it was there, explain where you were, when you got it. Let him make the decision about giving you antibiotics. Second thing is a spider. I was out there teaching a class yesterday morning and walked up to the bulletin board, and there on the bulletin board was a brown recluse spider. I lost a friend a couple years ago to a brown recluse spider bite. It affects everything inside you. It's not good. It might even start like a scab. For those of you that ever received the vaccination on your arm, that's about what it looks like. But it spreads through your body. They just lost a little boy about 10 years old About 2 or 3 days ago, I saw it on Facebook from a brown recluse spider. The last item, trying to keep this kind of short, is snakes. Now, I'm only talking Pennsylvania. I am not going to go any further than that. I need to back up 1 second, though. There is a new tickets in New Jersey right now with a different type of disease that can kill you. Keep your eyes and ears open for that one. We don't know if it's going to make it to Pennsylvania, but if it's in Jersey, you can bet it's going to travel here just like the lanternfly did. Okay, the last item again, back to snakes. There's 2 types of snakes in Pennsylvania, the venomous and the non-venomous. Now you notice I didn't use the word poisonous because I have eaten quite a few snakes. They're all good, especially with a little bit of soy sauce on them. Yes, they're excellent. Their meat is in between a chicken and a squirrel. They're chewy, a little on the rubbery side, but if you cook them right, they're really good. Anyways, the difference between the venomous and the non-venomous snakes in Pennsylvania only. The non-venomous snakes will have a round pupil, just like our eyes. That's Pennsylvania. If you see round pupils, and you can see that from a distance of maybe 5, 6 to 10 feet, looking at the head of a snake, everybody says, oh, the shape of the head. Well, yeah, that's kind of true, but non-venomous snakes, even though you have the hognose snake and you have the corn snake, their heads are pretty big. But look at the eyes. Don't get right down on them. Look at the eyes from a distance. If they're round, they're non-venomous. The venomous snake will have cat eyes. The rattler, the Massasauga out in Pittsburgh, have cat eyes. The copperhead, cat eyes. If you can see their eyes and they look like cat eyes, you can put your bottom dollar on the fact that they are venomous. The reason, again, I'm not using poisonous is once you take the head off of the snake, the rest of the meat you can eat. If it was poisonous, I wouldn't be here today. A lot of you out there probably saying, good, I don't have to watch his videos no more. But as a lesson plan, the meat is good. The meat can save your life if you're out in the woods and need to eat. Can the head bite you after it's cut off? Sure it can. Just like the snake wiggles the whole time it's on the fire from nerves, nerve endings, moving their muscles around, feeling the heat, and moving instinctively away from it. If you pick that head up the wrong way and you get your hand or fingers or whatever too close to that head on a venomous snake, it's going to chomp down. The venom is stored in sacs in their jaw. Yeah, it comes out the fangs because they're hollow. But it's stored in the sacs. They also have 2 pits on the nose. If you're close enough to see the eyes, you don't have to worry about the pits on the nose. The tongue itself is not venomous. It tastes the air. Then it goes back inside and feeds that air to its Jacob's organ, which tells it the snake what's ahead of it or where the animal went. In the case of a non-venomous snake, the teeth are 2 rows of teeth and they're aimed backwards. They're aimed backwards. So when they grab onto something, the harder that snake tries to pull away, the more the teeth sink into the skin and the flesh. They got it. We don't really have constrictors here, even though a snake will constrict its meal to hold on to it. The venomous snake will bite and let go and allow the animal to crawl away. That forked tongue will come out and follow that animal's track the way it ran until the snake finally gets to its victim and then swallows it whole. All snakes swallow their food whole. They have no way of chewing. They can't open their mouth, unjoint their jaw to swallow big animals, but they always swallow them whole. That's the classes I give. The last thing I say to the kids that are there for the class is when you get home, and please, everybody else believe this too. When you get home, take a shower. You can inspect yourself from the head down. The adults, yeah, you can use 2 mirrors to check out your back. But do it. Look for them little dots that weren't there before. You're not going to feel these little ticks. The last thing I want to say is there is one more way to check a venomous snake. From the butthole to the end of the tail. A venomous snake will have scales that look like a ladder. They're all flat, even from each other. A non-venomous snake will have X's from the butthole all the way back to the tail. But don't walk up and say, "Can I see if you're poisonous?" Because they use the wrong word. It's venomous. So, you ever see a snake laying on the street? It's dead. It's been run over. You don't have to see the head. If it's upside down, you can see the tail. You'll know if it was venomous or non-venomous. That's my lesson for today. This also counts for a lot of people. Nova Scotia, California, Utah, Florida. They have pygmy rattlesnakes down there. And I don't know where mine got to, but I had and have a pygmy rattlesnake skin from Florida when I was in Eglin Air Force Base in the military. Pygmy rattlesnake skin, Eglin Air Force Base. There it is. It's only about 14, 15 inches long. The head was taken off because of the venom, and the tail was taken off because the guy that actually saw it first wanted the rattle. So he put that in his wallet and he carries it. There's your pygmy rattlesnake skin. So, everybody enjoy the outside. As Girl in the Woods says, get outside, get happy. Thank you very much for watching. Ron here. Bye.